Hello, hello. Welcome back to She's a Busy Girl. I'm Stephanie, and today I am going to be working on a journal cover. So what I have here is just a book I picked up at Goodwill. It's just a book. Look, I already measured the interior and the spine. So to get started making my journal cover, and this one's going to be a special one. Ouch. Okay, that was not good. Okay, this one's gonna be a special one. But to get started, obviously we have to get the stuff out of the middle of this one. So we are going to take a craft knife and very carefully cut into the center here. Well, cut into the center. I mean, cut into the spine, like at the side. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And you want to do that carefully, of course, so you don't go through the spine. And then we want to be careful because it's glued. I know a lot of people use older books that are somewhat falling apart, and I do too. I just don't have one handy right this very moment. But that does make it easier in disassembling because the newer books, of course, are all glued together. Of course they are. Okay, let's see. We're all glued together with super duper glue. There we go. Did we get it? Okay, we got it. Put this blade away before there's blood all over my new book. That would be me. Okay, let's get this out of here without doing too much damage to the spine. See how it's super duper glued? Yeah. What a pain in the super duper rear end. Ugh. All right, maybe we should just cut this too. Hello, Stephanie. Let's work smarter, not harder, sweetie. All right, let's see. Can we get it? Ah! Oh my gosh, it's sticking back together. Yeah, this bookmaker uses some serious glue. Well, shoot. Okay. Good gracious. Serious glue, people. Okay. We got our book block out. We're going to set that aside because we have our measurements on it. And here, oh, look. Creased the spine already. There we go. Okay, and here is our book. Our book. Where is my big scissors? Here they are. All right, so I'm just going to trim this stuff up here. Let's see. Just want to trim it off. I don't need it overhanging into the spine. And that's a little bit better there. Let's see what we got here. Not too awfully much on this side. Careful again that you don't cut the spine, the cover, because that's me. All right, here we are. There we are. Okay, so there is our book cover, all gutted and cleaned up. And see, it doesn't take very long. I guess it really depends on what kind of shape your book cover is in. This one was relatively new. Excuse me. Good gracious. I just got this from Goodwill for $1, so it did not bother me to tear it up. Love my coffee cup. And so we can, of course, use the book pages for something else later on. But anyhow, this is going to be a special book cover because a while back, one of my YouTube friends, Patty Lang, and she is here on YouTube at Patty Lang, did some journal covers out of some paintings that she had found. And I'm not sure where she found them, if she found them in thrift shops or antique shops or picking like she does. But she made journal covers out of them, and they were really cool. And I thought, I want to try that. And then I thought, well, you've got paintings that you've done. So I am going to, this is a canvas that I have taken off of its frame type thing. But this is an acrylic pour painting that I did in blues and grays and all of that. And I thought this might make a cool book cover. So I am going to try to cover this book with this canvas. And we shall see how it turns out. Let's see. Oh, that's kind of cool. And I think just because, now do we want, let's see, this side. Which should be the front, oh, you know what? It's not really even gonna matter because this, given the subject matter on the front, I think this is going to be an art type journal, and we're going to put probably some type of mixed media paper or something inside of it. So because the pages are going to be blank completely, it doesn't really matter which side is the front or the back, because whoever uses it can use both sides as the front or the back if they want to. So let's get started. And I think the easiest way to do this is to just start gluing the cover down. So I'm going to be using my handy dandy Fabri-Tac, and we will just start gluing the cover down. And I don't do this any special way. I don't. I just start putting glue on the cover, and then I stick it. So yeah. And I'm fairly generous with the glue. I am, because I don't want it coming off. And we'll get this center piece here so we can fit it into our spine. And then we'll just layer down. Just like that. All right. Bring it over. And smooth it out. Yep, there we go. And we got that part. Now let's get more on the spine here. Hopefully I'm in frame. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Although it's not really exciting, is it? Okay. There we go. And we'll lay this part down. We got some smushy stuff coming out. Doesn't really matter. It's not, you're not going to see that part. So, no big deal except on my hands. Well, let me get a wipey thing. All right, there we go. There we go, there we go. Okay, so we've got that down. Squish, 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 squish. I'd rather have glue squish out than not enough glue to hold it together the way I am anticipating it to go together. So, oh look, I just pulled it right back up again. I'm brilliant like that today. I have been playing around on the computer. I found this website called befunky.com. I'm sure I'm like the last person to the party over there. But it's kind of fun because it's letting me sort of put together pages. So like journal pages. I'm kind of making my own, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it. All right, there we go. Let's lay that back down. Smooth it all out. Oop, glue is blurping. Glue is blurping. Good gracious. Am I in frame? It would be awful if I was shooting this whole foolish video and I wasn't in frame. Okay. Which I have done before, but see, this is what, that starts to bug me. I should wear gloves, I swear to goodness. All right, so let's turn this puppy over. There is our spine creases there. We want those in there good and tight. And that's all nice and flat. So now we need to give ourselves some fold over room, which I think we just have enough on the sides. But we do need to trim it up here the long edges. So let's see. Yeah, probably about right there. And I'm just going to leave the ruler there as a guide and just rough cut this. I'm not measuring. I'm just going to rough cut, because you're not going to see the edges of it anyway. So that's not a big deal. Let's get this edge. It's almost the fold of the canvas. That's just about right. We're gonna have to do some pour paintings together so I can show you how I do this, especially if this one turns out kind of cool. So now I still want to go and look for some paintings, because I'm totally not capable of like painting a scene or anything. And I would like to, if we can make this turn out real nice, I'm just mitering the corners here. If we can make this turn out real nice, I would like to, of course, do some with like that are real artwork, like scenes. And there's always paintings and stuff like that at Goodwill and thrift stores and that type of thing. So yeah, these aren't real even, are they? Okay, well, didn't I just say it didn't matter? Okay, so let's go ahead and fold this over to the inside. You're not going to be able to see this stuff when it's all done. But so it doesn't matter if it's even or perfect or anything like that. And the corners don't even matter for me, because I love these little book corner covers. I put them on everything. I have a couple of different styles of them. So I put them on everything just because I think it looks neater and it gives it kind of more of a vintage flair. So I always start with the long sides when I am covering a book cover. Just because, I don't know why. Do you? What side do you start with? I don't know. This is just, it's my routine, I guess, is a good way to say it. My routine is to begin with the long edges. All right. I'm going to fold that over. Now, the great thing about using this painted canvas is that the paint has kind of already filled in the fabric, the paint and the gesso, and it's not seeping through. So you're not going to get glue spots coming through fabric like you do just using like thinner fabrics. And I haven't tried using regular canvas just yet, but I want to, because those are really nice, kind of simple, even backgrounds to create. Okay, did I just say that your glue doesn't come through? I think I lied. Yep, I might have lied. Okay, got to be careful of that. I did not seal this painting in any way before I took it out. So, yep, I lied. Just a little bit. Only a little. I only lied a little bit. All right, let's take some. This is just parchment paper, like baking paper. And stuff doesn't stick to it. So, let's try this underneath. And then I think, yeah, see, stuff is stuck. And if ooh. Uh-oh. So, first big lesson, seal your painting with some type of acrylic spray before you try to glue it onto your book. Because, and it may just be this glue because Fabri-Tac is an acetate base, acetone base. So it might be eating the painting. Uh-oh. I don't know how that's going to work out. All right, we'll have to see, I guess. We'll do our best. And this is one I had cut out of the canvas stretcher bars quite a while back. So I'm not going to be hugely upset if it doesn't work out. I mean, I would prefer that it did, but I'm not going to cry or anything if it doesn't work. So yeah, we'll just be super careful because you can see that I already pulled some paint off there. So I don't know what we're going to do with that. We'll have to think about that one. Okay, so there are the long edges. Now let's move on to the short edges and get these glued down. Okay, there's that. There's that short edge. And like I said, I don't worry about the corners and making sure that they're perfectly mitered because I am going to put those book corners on. So there's the top already. That's actually looking pretty freaking cool. I like it. Okay, let's finish up this last short edge. And we will be just about all set. All right. Now, obviously, if you were not going to use book corners, you would want to pay more attention to mitering your corners. But since I am going to put the metal book corners over these, I'm not paying a whole lot of attention to it. All right. There is that. All right, so I can feel that the glue has made the paint tacky. So just as a FYI for the future, if you're going to do a canvas, especially if it's like an acrylic paint, or I probably any paint, it would be a good idea to seal it prior to gluing it on to the book. And I did not do that, but check that out. It is already looking pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And we are just going to allow this to dry. And I'm hoping that the paint will become untacky and everything will go back to the way it should be. And we can continue with this book. Because I like the way it looks. I don't want it to be ruined. I mean, again, I won't cry, but I would prefer that it wasn't ruined. So I'm just going to kind of set it up on edge on the parchment paper. And we're going to let this baby dry. And then we will come back and start looking at pages to put inside it. And I may not even actually have the paper I want to put inside of this. So I may have to go buy that before we come back to this one. But here is our art journal cover done in one of my canvases. And that is on there. We just got to let it dry now. So hopefully it's not going to stay tacky. I don't want it to stay tacky. All right. Thanks, guys, so much for coming and hanging out with me. I look forward to doing it again soon. Have a great rest of your day.